Hi there, I'm Imelda Fossu from Startup Partner Up, and today I'll be discussing how to scale your idea stage startup. Okay, so firstly, a little bit about us. So here you can see this is me, Imelda Fossu. I'm your presenter today, and this is my business partner, Harriet Muscroft. So together we founded Startup Partner Up, and our whole reason for starting Startup Partner Up was we experienced a lot of startup growth and startup failures with our first startup, Let Us Find It. So Let Us Find It was founded by myself, Imelda, and Harriet came to work for me very, very early on. And it was much like a lot of startups' journeys. It was a bit of a roller coaster, right? A lot of ups and downs. And we learned so much through this experience of having this first startup. And doing that, we kind of wanted to advise and mentor other startup businesses to help them and let them avoid kind of the pitfalls that we went through. So, here we've highlighted some of the things that we did in our time with Let Us Find It. So we raised over £300,000 of investment for Let Us Find It, and we developed thousands of users and celebrity partnerships. And these are some of our achievements with Let Us Find It. Okay, and here on the next page, you can see, so this is part of the influencer campaigns that we did with Let Us Find It. These are, again, some of our achievements. Let Us Find It was an extremely fast growth company, and we managed to partner with a lot of celebrities over our product. We launched as a fashion search engine, and then we became much like a shoppable Instagram. So here you can see some of the celebrity partnerships that we'd created during our time at Let Us Find It. This is Katie McDermott from a UK reality TV show. This is Lydia Bright from another UK reality TV show, The Only Way is Essex. This is Amber Rose. And they were linking to shop their outfits on Let Us Find It. So that was some of our experience with our first startup. So what do we do now? What we do? So we help startups survive and thrive. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, we help startups get to launch, basically. That's our number one thing. We get startups to launch, and we also help them scale. So we help them thrive. We had a lot of positive and negative experiences with Let Us Find It. It scaled very quickly, but we also made a lot of mistakes. So here we go, on to my next point. So we made a lot of mistakes in our first 3 years in business, and we're on a mission to prevent others from doing the same. Okay, so we do this through our 3 services: our interim C-suite, our network, and our investment services. So our interim C-suite, that is where we like to say quite lovingly that we come in as your temporary co-founder. So we would enter a startup business and we would all work alongside the founders for a period of time, and then hopefully we would get them to a point where they would then no longer need us. Our network, so that's launching later this year. That is going to be an online network, a bit of a social media for startups, allowing them to connect with each other and to work on projects together. And our investment services, so we help startups raise investment, find investment. We help with business plans. We raised a lot of investment ourselves with Let Us Find It, so we're very experienced in pitching and what investors want. So this is trying to describe Startup Partner Up, but we're a bit of a consultant, accelerator, business best friend that you never knew you needed. So that is us kind of wrapped into one. We do a lot of different things with Startup Partner Up, and basically we try to create services that we wished we had. Here we go, on to my next point. So we try to work and create programs based on things we wished we had or had needed when we started out. We've helped dozens of startups get to launch and scale successfully in their first few months. So in this presentation, we are we're going to be discussing how to scale your idea stage startup. So this is what we're going to cover: getting started, business basics, building your foundations, and mistakes to avoid, planning, which plans you need and which plans you don't, and how to create them properly. Testing, how to test your market area, check if you even have a market, this is very important, and how to stress test your business model. How to implement, putting it all into action and scaling quickly. And then at the end, I'm going to kind of go into a bit of an extra in terms of growth hacking and what we can do there. Okay, so number 1, getting started. So your business basics. So this is very, very basic. If you have an idea stage startup, then, maybe you've registered as a company, maybe you haven't, I don't know how far along. If it's just, with me, it was just notes in my notebook before I started my first business. And maybe that's where you're at the moment. So the number 1 thing you need to do is you need to register your business. Okay. In the UK, you would register it with Companies House. I'm not very clued up on what it is internationally, but I'm sure it's a quick Google away. But you need to be able to register your business. 2, you'll need a company bank account. This is very important. So I would say from the off, you need to separate your business money from your personal money. Don't run it all out of your personal bank account. So get a company bank account. 3, get legal. So if you need any contracts, or if you need any contracts, or with this, again, with your company bank account, and the rest of it is just do everything by the books. Make sure that everything is sorted. Okay, so number 4, you need to build your assets. So whatever your idea is, you need to, just start to build it. I would say kind of build it in the minor. So try and, for example, if you have an app, is there a way that you can get like a minimum viable product? I'm not saying invest everything into this app or everything into, this one product, but is there any way that you can start on your journey to creating that? And 5, get social. So I'll put this on one of the basics, but people really overlook it. In this day and age, it's extremely important to make sure that you are on social media. That is how your customers and your clients, or whatever you're doing, B2B, B2C, that's how they are going to find you. Okay, so the next stage of getting started is knowing what you want. So what do you want out of business? I treat this as a bit of a mindset kind of question. It's very good to have this going in. So knowing what you want. So what do you want out of business? So think about, do you want investment, co-founders? Do you want an exit? At what point do you want an exit? Is this a lifestyle business? What do you want out of business? Do you want to, retire in 5 years? Do you want to buy that house you're always looking for? Or do you just want to create a business that allows you free time so you can spend more time with your kids? Do you want to go on holiday more? All of these kind of things are incredibly important, of knowing what you want before you even really set out in business, so that you're building something that you actually want at the end of the day. I think a lot of the time in business, people just, they set out without really knowing what they want, and then it turns out they have a business that they don't really like. They maybe trade it in for a bit of a better paying, but much more tiring job, because entrepreneurship is a lifestyle. So you need to kind of know what you want before you set out. Can you do this? Okay, so are you ready to commit to it? Do you have the skills required to pull this together? Are you ready to go all in? So again, a bit of a mindset question, and it's all about knowing what you want. And I think that this is one of the key things that you need to establish before I would actually say it probably should become before business basics. You need to get your mindset correct. You need to check that this is for you. Okay, mistakes to avoid. So I'll put this right at the start because I made a lot of mistakes in my first few years in business. So I'm trying to, help you out before you go too far in. So legal mistakes. I messed up when I raised investment. I messed up one of our contracts, and it actually meant that I was personally liable for capital gains tax. So that's something that happens in the UK when you receive a lot of money, you get taxed on it. So that was a legal mistake that I made with my shareholders. So that's a good example of legal mistakes you can make. We've made some mistakes with contracts with celebrities that came to bite us later. So legal mistakes. Next one is accounting mistakes. I also made mistakes with HMRC, some of which I've only just kind of clearing up now. Again, you just want to make sure that from the outset that everything's correct. This is what I'm saying about get legal, get your company bank account, make sure you receive proper advice. But from the outset, it's a small investment to make, and could save you, thousands or tens of thousands in the future. Not being clear about your business model. So one of the main mistakes that I had, and one that I see very often with entrepreneurs, is they're not very clear about their business model, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll just sort it out later. No, not okay. You need to make sure that you are profitable from day one, okay? The next one is define your target market in the beginning. So when I say that, I mean you need to ensure that you know that there is a market out there for you. So that will come in a little bit later as we talk about stress testing your business systems and finding your market. But family and friends just doesn't cut it. You need to ensure that there is an actual demand for the product that you are about to build. Okay, start small and then build up. This is one of the key things that I've put it in bold here. This is one of the key things I really, really wish that I had done in my first few years of business is I went on a kind of too big to fail path, and it doesn't always have to be the way. We're very impatient in business. I want to get it here by year 1, here by year 3, especially if you've got investors. That pressure just mounts, and I think there's no shame, and I also think it is wiser to start very small with your business and then slowly just try and, build it up and let it roll, okay? And I've written a book recommendation here, 24 Assets by Daniel Priestley. So I think this is a book, this book has massively helped me in business, and it talks about the 24 assets for that you need to create a high value business. And I would say read this book before you even start in business. This is a perfect blueprint, of what you can do there. Okay, on to number 2. So get planning. So if you are wanting to start and scale your idea stage startup, I think that you need to have a plan. I used to think that having business plans or having these kind of plans was only really if you want an investment. Wrong. You need these plans for you. How are you going to know, if you're hitting your targets and where you're meant to be going if you have not planned it before? You also need to plan because oftentimes it shows how you can scale. So which plans do you need? These are the plans that I think that you need. So you need financial plans, so a profit and loss and a sales forecast. I think those are the only 2 plans really you need. The profit and loss is obviously your income and your expenditure. So check that you need to make sure you're always in profit month in, month out. So that's why that one's important. And a sales forecast, that's a bit more like a sales target, and that will help when you come to scale. A marketing plan. I love marketing. Marketing is, what I enjoy the most. And I personally think you need a marketing plan because in marketing, we can often get distracted by kind of like big shiny things. So I say, oh, messenger bots, come and do messenger bots, or Snapchat, everybody get over onto Snapchat, it's very underpriced at the moment. No, when you have a marketing plan, you know your target market, you know where they hang out, and then when these kind of new platforms emerge, you look at your marketing plan and you understand if that fits into your target market rather than getting distracted by what results other people are having on other platforms. So that is why I think a marketing plan is good. And that along with your financial plan ensures that you are getting a positive ROI on your marketing spend. I did a lot of big marketing costs in the beginning. We sponsored a fashion show for, I don't want to tell you how much, but it was a lot. Did I get a positive ROI on that? No, I actually lost tens of thousands of pounds, all because I was getting distracted by probably the PR and the name of the fashion show and what we were doing, which was sponsoring it. And maybe if I'd done a marketing plan in the beginning, I would have thought, does this really fit in, and are we going to get a positive ROI? Okay, so a growth plan. This is something that this is kind of a term I coined for our clients. This is basically how you scale out your business. So where is this going? Where do we want to be by month 6? Is that a new location, a new service? And you have a growth plan so you can see, it's a bit of like a wall map where this is going to scale out to. And I've put here in stars and in bold, no need for a big, lengthy business plan. So when I first started out, it was for one of our business loans, I think I had to do about a 20-page business plan. A lot of that, like your SWOT, I don't know if people know what that is. It's strengths, weaknesses, something else. And so strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Things like a SWOT, all those kind of things. Personally, I don't think it's very necessary. It just takes up a lot of time. What you will need, which kind of comes into your business plan, is a financial plan, marketing plan, growth plan, and also you need a very clear kind of like what you are and your business and your actual mission. Okay, so why these are so important. So plans aren't just for investors, they're for you also. Financial plans show that you're profitable and on target. Marketing plans ensure that you are correctly advertising to your target market and it avoids distractions. And growth plans ensure you know how and where to scale to. What's also important here is kind of your why. And, the vision and the mission that you've set out for the company. Your why is extremely important. And, you need that as well. You need to plan almost why you have even done this business in the first place. So you can go back to it. Okay, so number 3 is get testing. So how to test your market. When I say get testing, this is testing your customer base and your market. So before you really invest in any advertising or in your product, check that a market exists. Do not just ask family and friends. I've literally just had an occasion of this where family and friends say, oh no, I don't think it'll be a very good idea. And guess what? There's a market out there. You need to go out and test your market. And sometimes you can have it vice versa. Everyone says, oh, that's such a great idea. You get out there and the public hates it. You can do this in a very few kind of like cheap ways. So you can create a website. So just almost like what I would say is create a website or create a lead page, spend a teensy bit on Facebook advertising and just start diverting some traffic to it. Do a Facebook advert and just see if anybody bites. That's how you test your market. Build fans on social platforms. Again, just start posting around the content in that area and see if you get any interaction. A very good example of this is I wanted to start a mobile car wash in Manchester. And so I created a Facebook page and I made a messenger bot and I just kind of left it. I accidentally put my mobile number in there. It didn't have a profile picture, had no reviews. It was just an idea I had because I live in a flat building and I wanted to get my car washed. And then when I Googled, there wasn't any mobile car valets. Completely forgot about it. A few weeks later, I got a phone call, somebody asking if I could wash their car. A few days after that, I got another phone call. I get about 7 phone calls a week now of people asking if I can come and wash their car. And that was a way that I've basically been able to test the market for that business, which I'd now probably like to pursue. It's only a small business, but there is definitely a market out there. And that was all organic. That didn't even actually cost me anything. So imagine if I had put some advertising behind that. Okay. Next on get testing is to stress testing your business model. So stress testing your business model. Okay, so this is where it all kind of comes into play. So you can mess around with business. Say if I was going to do a cookie company, if I was handing out cookies on the street for free, I'm pretty sure everybody would be like, oh yeah, these are really nice cookies. And then when I actually needed them to pay, let's say it was like £10 a cookie, everyone goes, well, that's ridiculous. So that is the difference between free tasters and paying customers. You need to check that your business actually works, because you can't do gimmicks and try and, say, oh yeah, well, I was able to get customers. Yeah, but they were all for free. So that isn't stress testing your business model. Okay, so start in the micro. Start out by stress testing your business model and seeing if you can get any initial sales. Respond to every customer. So this is when you are getting sales. This is how you're also able to stress test it. So respond to every customer. What do they say and what are all their issues? When you're starting small, every single customer, you are able to speak to every single one of your customers. They are so valuable. That is also how you're able to stress test your system, by understanding what's going wrong, and you're almost able to kind of fix the leaks in the system before you start chucking a load of water through it. Okay, also check the data. So what do your conversions and analytics tell you? Are people dropping off on your homepage? Are people not able to find the buy button? Before you start investing in advertising and chucking a lot of customers and a lot of eyes on your product, start in the micro and just kind of stress test it and see if there's any issues that arise. And then, and only then, when you fix them, can you kind of scale it. Okay, so recommended tools for this, Mouseflow. I don't know how much that is a month, but that is a screen recording basically of your website. So you can see the movements of your customers on your page. This was fantastic for us in the early days because we could see that, people were confused about where the buy button was and they didn't understand how to click through. Google Analytics, free one, very basic. You can see, what age your customers are, again, kind of like drop-off zones and heat zones on a website. Book recommendation, Launch by Jeff Walker. This is one of my favorite marketing books, and it basically tells you how to get waiting customers for your product. So if you're wanting to launch your business, this is basically, so when you come to launch, he has like a very clear launch blueprint of like a pre-launch and a pre-launch and then your launch, that people are dying for your product by the time it comes out. Okay, so number 4, now you need to go implement. Okay, so by this, if you've done the first 3 stages, you are ready to put it all into action. So during this time, you should have been doing your basics, understanding your mindset, getting legal, and you've done all your planning, you've tested hopefully in the micro, and now it's time to go and implement. So this is kind of where you would scale and you would really start, putting the pedal to the metal. So you're going to putting it all into action. Are you still ROI positive? So ROI is return on investment. For the amount of investment that you are putting in, are you still getting a positive return on your investment? Now you've started, really putting this into action. Has this raised any problems? So when you're scaling, these are key things you need to be asking. Are we still profitable, and have I found any problems? Do you need investment? And if so, is it for useful things? This is so important. So I raised investment and I invested it in all the wrong things. Wrong marketing, wrong staff, not good enough tech. If you need to raise investment, is it for, is it because for cash flow reasons? Is it like to scale up, or is it just because your business is making a loss? These are, very key differences in when you should be raising investment. At the end of the day, your business has to make money. Very basic, but very, very true and very important. Your business must be profitable. My business was not profitable for a number of years, and it took me watching a video one day for this. It was Gary Vaynerchuk, and he just said, if your business isn't profitable, then what are you doing? And I was just like, wow. This is so important when you're coming to scale. If you are making a loss, then you need to go back and look at these 3 steps. Have you got the right market? Is it your product? Did you do everything in the micro properly? If you've done all those 3 steps properly and you've stress tested your business model and you were profitable very, very early on, then, I should see no reason now when you're scaling that your business shouldn't be making money. Okay, so your business should be ROI positive and ROI time positive. This is very important. Are you spending a ridiculous amount of hours on your business? If so, then maybe you're making money, but you're working yourself to the bone. I don't think that that's very clever. And also, is it time positive, and are you spending your time on the best things? Are you spending your time, if you're the CEO, why are you spending 30 hours a week responding to all these customer emails and dealing with every complaint personally? This is where you should maybe hire somebody. This is how you scale, to make sure that you are focused on the most important things. And are you, when I talk about ROI time positive, Are you doing the things that you are best at? As an entrepreneur, we try to be a bit of jack of all trades. I know that personally I can do finance, but I hate doing all the administrative, all the financial, VAT returns, self-assessment, all that kind of side of business. Absolutely hate it. I love sales and marketing and being creative and creating things. So when you get me to do things that I don't enjoy and they just don't give me energy, it takes me 3 times as long and I'm drained by it and probably pissed off. And so that's not really ROI time positive on my time. It's better to, pay for somebody and get them to do that. Okay, so scaling quickly. If your business model is correct, your marketing is working, your tech is all strong, then in order to scale, you should increase your capabilities and also diversify. So, your marketing's going, we've got a system now, we're putting more money in the marketing and we should be receiving more money at the end in either the services or the products, in the sales. If that is all working, then in order to scale, you increase your capabilities, so you should definitely increase your marketing and you should diversify your marketing. So if that's working on Facebook, great, let's head over to YouTube ads, let's do Google AdWords, maybe move to offline. And that is how you're able to scale very, very quickly. You need to ensure all your marketing costs are ROI positive. So don't lose this as you start to scale. Don't do a me and sponsor a big fashion event for £35,000. You make sure that all your marketing costs are still ROI positive and stick with what works as well. Every single thing you always test. Go back, like in the stages that we've just spoken to, you would test on a new platform. When it works, then you chuck a lot of money behind it. Don't just dive in at the deep end. Only spend when necessary. That's just kind of building on what I've said. If it's not a necessary cost, this is even in kind of like tech and stuff, this is basic business. If it isn't necessary, then don't spend on it. If you don't need to hire that person, don't hire them. Everything should be because there is a need. If you can do everything off a team of 3, do it off of a team of 3. It's just keeping more money in your business bank account. It's more profit. Okay, so a book recommendation from this point, Rework by David Heinemeier Hansen. It's a bit of a mouthful. He is one of the founders of Basecamp, and I really, really liked his book about how you scale a business. It talks about a lot of basics about how you get started, but a lot of very interesting things that he points out about. A lot of it's about vanity, so you don't have to have big fancy offices and a team of 200. If you can do it off a team of 14, I think Basecamp is ran, by under 100 people. It's $1 billion company. If you can do it on a smaller team, then do that. And, he talks about marketing. It's just a very, very good book about, how to scale a company properly. Okay, and so the extra, this is a little bonus slide on growth hacking. So if you are ready to growth hack your business, you can take advantage of our one-to-one mentorship where we help you start and scale your business fast. So throughout this presentation, I've kind of given you a bit of a how-to on our principles on how to start and scale your business. But what we also, if you want to go even faster than that, we can actually work alongside you to growth hack your business. So we provide guidance throughout the whole startup experience. We use our contacts to help you build the technology you need, trusted web developers, low prices and management by us. This is one of our main pitfalls when we came to start business, is that we really struggled with our tech costs. And I had a tech company that went to liquidation. I had somebody who was just working out of his bedroom, and we were really burned by this, so that's why we add that in there. We provide marketing advice and training. We help create your business plans and financial forecasts and teach you how to do the same. We correct and test your business model. We stress test your business system to show you any faults. We help with basics like social media, and we help you scale. So this is where we talk about, we are an interim C-suite. We come into your business, we work alongside you. You provide us a milestone. So for example, I want to get 1,000 paying customers, and we go, okay, together we create a plan and we do it. Okay, and that's how we growth hack your business. So to see if you qualify for our growth hacking program, you can arrange a free strategy session with us, and we will tailor make everything we've just gone over in this presentation. We can tailor that to you on a phone call and really give you some one-to-one and personal advice. So That's it for, how to start and scale your idea stage startup. I hope you enjoyed this video, and obviously we'd love to get on a one-to-one strategy session. So just feel free to click the link to arrange a call with us on the next page. I hope you've enjoyed this video here today. I am Imelda Fossu from Startup Partner Up. Any questions or feedback you've got about anything you've heard here today, you can get in touch with me on the following socials. And thank you for listening, and have a great day. Thank you.